Let's get it going. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully I got some good connection. All right, we're gonna do good morning, good morning, good morning. The first live Sunday of the year. I'm still a little under the weather, so you can hear like the little nasally happening, but welcome in everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna give it a second for people to get on because I didn't even announce this one. I just had this on my spirit, so I said I need to go ahead and let you guys in on it while it's fresh in my head. So come on, guys, jump on, jump on. I sound nasally, don't pay me no attention. Everybody just jump on really quick. I had a quick word. It was on me all morning, and I was like, God, I don't feel good to go live. And he was just like, just jump on for a second and let some people hear this because some people might need to hear this. And I said, okay. So you guys jump on in. How you guys doing? Where you guys from? The usual. Jump on in. Blessed Sunday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Hello. What's going on? Drop your states. How y'all doing? Y'all blessed? How was the new year? Second day of the new year. Got Houston. I got Sweden. Okay. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, everybody. I'm going to give you a few minutes to jump on. Got two Houstons in the house, so Texas is up in here. Yes. So, thank you. Houston again. 3 people from Houston. Okay, you guys. So Texas is in the building. South Africa, Dallas, Texas, Maryland. Okay, so clearly things are big in Texas. Got some California on here. Arkansas. Okay. Washington, New Jersey. Thank you. God bless you too. Arizona, New York City. All right. What we got? Texas again, Texas. Oh my gosh, Texas, y'all out here. Connecticut, love you too. Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, I got the word for you. It wasn't even a planned word. Florida, that's where I'm at right now. What's up? Los Angeles, Atlanta. I stayed in Atlanta for like 2 years. New York. Yeah, it wasn't a planned word. God just literally spoke it, and I wrote a few notes down. Hopefully I'm going to make it make sense in the end. Hello. And I know I sound nasally because I'm still a little under the weather. But God really wanted me to say this because I went back and forth with him on like, what do you want me to do? Because I don't really feel well as I'm sitting on the floor talking to you guys. Zambia and Africa. Oh, wow. But yeah, he wanted me to talk to you guys. And I'm going to be in Ruth. And this is about Ruth's obedience and the favor that followed her because of it, right? And Ruth is a very short chapter in the Bible. You can pass over it, but what a lot of people know Ruth as is, the Boaz, and everybody wants their Boaz, but they forget about Ruth and her obedience. Thank you. Yeah, they always forget about Ruth and her obedience. If it wasn't for her obedience, she wouldn't have had her Boaz. Yes, Boaz was a well put together man, but you can't get a well put together man if you're not obedient and if you're not a well put together woman either. Can I be forgiven for guilt and pray for God? Honey, all you have to do is ask for forgiveness. That's it. Don't let the world convict you. You can be forgiven of a lot of things, honey. All you gotta do is just how you wrote this, just tell it to God, and it is so. Yeah, so we're going to be in Ruth, and we're going to talk about her and her obedience and how it ultimately got her to get her Boaz. Boaz was already put together. He was already a husband in his own stature before he met her because he knew what kind of man he was. She was a wife, but her husband had died. So she knew how to be a wife, but sadly her husband had died. Or whatever, but she just thought it was no hope left. She didn't have any intentions on being married. She didn't even really probably want to be married. She was just trying to live her life with her mother-in-law. And so it was when we think about Ruth, it was 2 women that was with Ruth and Naomi. It was Orpah and Ruth. They both was married to Naomi's children. They both died. So all that was left was Naomi and the 2 daughters and daughter-in-laws, right? Yes, I'll pray for you. So when it first starts in the book of Ruth in chapter 1 and it goes to verse 4, it talks about the wives, right? And it says, now they took wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one woman was Orpah, and the name of the other was Ruth, and they dwelt there about 10 years. So it was two women, and in the beginning with Naomi and her two sons. Naomi's husband had already died. Naomi was the sons-in-law's mother, right? I mean the daughter-in-law's mother. So then it goes to 8 when it gives them the choice, because they had died, and they can either go with Naomi or they can go their separate ways, right? So in verse 8 it says, and Naomi said to her two daughters-in-laws, go return to each of your mother's house. The Lord will deal kindly with you, just as you have dealt kindly with me. The Lord grant that you may find rest in each other's house of their husbands. So she kissed them and lifted their voices, and they wept. And they said to her, surely we will return to you and your people. But Naomi said, turn back, my daughters. Turn back, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there still any sons in my womb that I may make you a husband? Turn back, my daughters, and go. I am too old to have a husband. If I should say I have hope that you will have a husband tonight and bear sons, would you wait for them to be grown? So then we go down to 14. It says, then they lifted their voices and they wept. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. And she said, look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people and her gods. Return with your sister-in-law. But Ruth said, entreat me not to leave you or turn back from the following after you. For wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God shall be my God. Orpah, she went back to what she already knew. See, there's always a danger in turning back. And she said turn back to them twice. Yet Ruth never turned back. Ruth said, wherever you live, I will live. That's the lodge. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Wherever you live, I will live. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever your God is, I will go. And you're talking about Orpah, she went back to her false God. She went back to her comfortability. She went back to her mother's house. She went back. So we don't hear anything else about her because now she's non-existent. Because whenever you are on a pace to grace, but you stop and you turn back, it's in void. Now it's void. Like everything that you worked so hard for is void. Now imagine if she wouldn't have turned back and she would have went. Mind you, it was two people over there with Boaz. She could have had her husband too had she had kept going. But she went back to stay at her mother's house, back to the false gods. She went back to her comfortability spot. Had she not turned back, she would have walked into her land of milk and honey. She would have walked into her kingdom husband. But she went back. We don't really talk about her. We talk about Ruth and her obedience. But let's talk about Orpah. And I wouldn't say her disobedience. I would just say her scaredness. She was scared of the unknown. So she went back to what she knew and what she felt comfortable about. She went back home. And sometimes you have to go back home to start over, but sometimes you have to go into the unknown. Sometimes, love you guys too, sometimes you have to walk, even if it's scared walking, even if your legs are shaking. Sometimes you have to walk into the unknown. You already know what's back there. Who knows what she walked back to? What did she escape from in the first place? So why did she take another husband instead of a Moabite husband to take a regular Christian husband? Why did she leave her whole tradition to come this way? But now she's turning back. What did she go back to? Sometimes you're not supposed to go back. Sometimes you're not even supposed to look back. But she did. And now she's not even in the Bible anymore. She's invalid. She's invalid. She's invalid. She's not nothing. We don't know anything else about her. Besides, she went back to her false gods in her old land and her comfortability spot. Right? So we're going to get to Ruth when she was gleaming in the field. So her and Naomi went forward. They went to Naomi's hometown. They had their house. You know, she was gleaming in some fields. Gleaming is like picking up. If you're in the country, and I'm from Florida, we have lots of fields down here, and they're just getting the scraps of what's left over in the big old fields that they have out here. We have corn fields, watermelon fields. We have it all out here, right? So she's out there just getting the scraps that she can get. And Boaz rides up on her like, who is this woman? Like, lo and behold, already going back, she's already being talked about because she's going into this foreign land. They already know that she's not one of them. They already know that she doesn't believe in the God that they believe in, but they don't know that she believes in whatever God Naomi believes in, and Naomi believes in their God, right? So she's already covered and blessed. That's why people's prayers are really good for you, because you never know who's praying for you, right? But everyone was already talking about her, so she already had her confidence down. So she was already like trying to wither away in the fields, like trying to hide and not be seen. So she's down there just trying to get what she can get, scrounging, trying to get what she can get so she can go back home and try to make a dinner for her and her mother-in-law, right? So she's already beaten down. She don't have confidence. They don't have food. They really don't have clothes, so she's probably dirty. She's out there in the field with the boys and just out there just trying to, you know, be invisible. But she wasn't invisible. To the right man, you were never invisible. To the right man, when he walks into your struggle, you will never be invisible. He will not be afraid to get in the mess with you. To the right man. Now, I see men on here saying, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's not your husband. Your husband will get in the deep with you. Your husband will get down there and say, okay, you're dirty. Let me go get you some clothes. Let me shine you up. Let me polish you up because you're a diamond in the rough. Your husband will get in the thick of it with you. Trust me, your husband isn't afraid to get dirty with you. Your husband isn't afraid to go into poverty and pull you out and say, you're my wife, let me shine you up. Your husband is going to know who you are. See, he knew that he was going to be her husband from the day he saw her out there. He knew everything that she was going through. He seen the people talking about her. He was like, who is this woman? Who is this woman? He's sitting up on his horse looking down at her like, who is this woman? I got to get to know her. She's in the struggle. Oh, she's a woman of obedience. She left her people. She could have turned back because it was two of them, but she didn't turn back. She went through it, and she's helping Naomi and her struggles, and she's sacrificing herself for somebody else. I got to get to know this woman. I got to get to know this sacrificial woman. I got to see this woman that's not afraid to get in the dirt. I got to get down here and pull her out. Who is she? Your husband is not going to be afraid to get in the thick of it with you. In fact, he's going to delight in pulling you out because it's going to show the type of man that he is, the magnitude of man that he is. He's not afraid of you, honey. He's not afraid of your dirt. He's not afraid of your trauma. He's not afraid of your abuse. He's not afraid of anything. Your husband is your husband. He is the covering of that household. Your husband is a man in every magnitude of the word. That is your husband. Boaz knew who he was as a man in his stature, and he wasn't afraid to walk up on her like, what's up? I see you down here in the field, you gleaming. What you looking like this for? I'm going to tell you, thank you for helping Naomi because you could have went back. But instead you came forth and you're helping this woman. You're being selfless. So don't nobody touch her out here in this field. Nobody put your hands on her. Nobody say nothing to her. In fact, get up, sister, because I'm getting ready to let you eat at my table. See, those tables that are getting prepared are for you. He actually had a table that he let her come eat up. And then she took the scraps home to Naomi and said, this is what I got. Listen, your husband is going to be a provider, a protector. That's what they do. He's going to be the covering of the household. You're going to set the tone in the household, but he's going to put that roof over your head. He's going to come out there in the thick of it with you. He's going to say, I'm not afraid of you not being able to sleep at night. You having night terrors. I'm not afraid of your depression moments. I'm not afraid of your addiction. We're going to get that fixed. I'm not afraid of you being scared of the dark. I'm not afraid of you trying to get me out of your face, your insecurities, you trying to kick me away. I'm not afraid. A husband is not afraid of you. Listen, your husband is there to protect you. He's there to provide for you. If it's financially, if it's physically, if it's emotionally, your husband understands you. And if someone's telling you that you too much for them, then that's not your husband. Then that's somebody else's, and let him go. Because your husband isn't afraid of anything when it comes to you. Okay, I got off word. I'm getting back in the word, y'all. Sorry. Okay. Going to verse 11. And Boaz answered and said to her, it has been fully reported to me, all that you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, and how you left your father and mother's house to the land of your birth, and have come to the people who you do not know before. The Lord will repay you for all your work, and a full reward will be given to you from the Lord of Israel, the Lord God of Israel, under whose wing you have taken refuge. Listen, he said, for the Lord will repay you for your work, and you will be given a full reward from the Lord God of Israel. Everything that you've been going through is not unnoticed. Every struggle that you've been going through has not been unnoticed. God sees you. There is full recompense for everything that you're going through. I know you're like, everyone's saying, sow seeds, sow seeds. Offerings is great. You can send money. Okay, great. But seeds are planted. When you tell someone they're beautiful, when you help someone, when you just give someone a ride, those seeds are being planted. Your good harvest is being planted. And he sees you, and he will reward you fully. You're going to be like, where did this come from? And then God's going to be like, remember when you gave this person a ride? Remember when you helped that person over there? That was a seed that you planted in my earth. And I'm going to repay you for her obedience, for her not leaving Naomi. Naomi was supposed to die. Naomi had no hope, no nothing. But Ruth said, I'm not going to leave you. And since I'm not going to leave you, God is going to reward her. She wasn't even looking for a reward. See, people are doing stuff selflessly because they're not looking for a reward. That's just a good heart in there. And when you ask God to come search your heart, he's going to search it. And when he searches, he's going to see the good characteristic traits that you carry. Honey, the reward is right there on the table just for you being who you are. She got her reward for her being who she was. She had no ill intentions. She had no intentions on wanting to be repaid. She just wanted to be with her mother-in-law. She didn't want her to be by herself because she know what it is to lose something. She had just lost her husband. Do you think that she wanted to lose her mother-in-law in the place of losing her husband? She know what grief feels like. And to have her go by herself in her old age, first of all, to take that trip by herself, then to live by herself. She was like, no, I got this. I will get out here in the thick of it for you. Because if my husband's alive, you would have been out there in the thick of it for us as well. I got this battle. This is my battle to fight. You go sit down and I'll get out here in these fields. You too old. I will provide for us the best way I know how. And because of her selfless acts, Boaz said, the Lord will repay you for your work and you will be given a full reward from the Lord God of Israel. Come on. Okay. Y'all, bear with me for a second. I'm still sick. I'm working it. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to chapter 3. I highlighted this. It says, therefore, wash yourself and anoint yourself and put on your... Oh, this is Naomi telling her. So they had like this thing where all the guys get together. And so this is where her obedience was key. This is how she's going to get her husband, okay? So Naomi was telling her to go get dressed up and to go lay by him, but not to lay with him, but to lay by him, right? So here we go. Verse 3. Therefore wash yourself and anoint yourself and put your best garment on and go down to the threshing floor, but do not make yourself known to the man until he has finished eating and drinking. Then it shall be when he lies down that you shall notice the place where he lies, and you shall go in and uncover his feet and lie down, and he will tell you what you should do. And she said to her, all that you say to me, I will do. No questions asked. All that you say to me, I will do. See, she knew that Naomi meant her no wrong. So it was no question. It's like when I tell you, when God opens that door for you, run. Run. Don't question if it's for me. He already knows it's for you. When he opens that door, don't say, oh, are you sure it's me? Are you sure you picked me? Are you sure you want me to do this? Are you sure? Are you sure? No, 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 no. If he wasn't sure, he wouldn't have said what he said to you. If he wasn't sure, he wouldn't have picked you. If he wasn't sure, he wouldn't have created you to be who you were. If he wasn't sure, he wouldn't open that door for you. What do you mean, are you sure? She said, all that you say, I will do. No questions asked, because she knew who she was, and she knew that she was going to be protected, and she knew that she wasn't going to steer her in the wrong direction. She knew that if she's telling me to do this, then it's meant for me to do. If God's telling you to do something, why are you then questioning what he told you to do? Don't question the power of God. Don't question if he opened that door for you. Walk through that door. Run through that door. Run, baby, run. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a cough. Hold on, y'all. My voice is leaving me. My voice is leaving me. But I got y'all. Sorry. We gonna get this word out. We gonna get it out. Y'all just gotta bear with me. Okay. So then it comes over, right? So she laid at the foot of his, feet of him, right? And it could have went left. It could have went right? It could have went any kind of way. But Boaz knew that she was going to be his wife. Boaz knew that she was going to be his wife the first time he laid eyes on her. Your husband knows who you are. And that's what they say. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It doesn't say when a wife finds him, because you were already a part of his rib. When God made man, he laid him, when he made woman, he laid the man down and put him in a deep sleep and did operation on him. He did a surgery on him, and he took his rib out and he placed it into the woman and said, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. So when you meet someone for the first time and you're like, I feel like I met them before, feel like I known them before, that's that rib. You're his rib. Is calling you back to his body. And since his body was in a state of sleep, he has to wake up to find you. He has to take the blinders off his eyes to find you. But make no mistake about it, your husband knows who you are. The second he meets you, his heart is going to start to beat like it's never beat before. He knows that something isn't right. Like, wait, whoa, what is this? That's your other half. wife calling you to her. She's calling you to her. That's why he has to find you. And when you get in the right setting, you cannot be inseparable. Listen, I'm going to get off topic for a second. Because when I was watching The Matrix, right, they had to be separated, but they always had to be together. Why? Because they had that power, that connection to them, right? The same with the husband and the wife. When you find your wife, you know who she is. You're drawn to her. You're like, what is this? That's you waking up from your deep sleep. So you've been walking around sleep all your life until you find your wife. And y'all are more powerful than anything. A household that is a kingdom household is a force to be reckoned with. That's why they say a kingdom wife, a kingdom husband. Because it takes a whole army to take down a kingdom. And it's just two of you guys together. Listen, it's going to take a whole kingdom of the devil to even try to come against a kingdom household. When you meet your husband and he meets you, you're going to know it. It's going to be like, haven't I known you before? What is this? You're going to be texting and calling and talking on the phone for hours on end. And it just feels like you've just known each other. He's waking up. He's waking up. He's found you. And now he has to get that subconscious memory of you to get opened back up. Because now you guys are open to each other. And you're woke now. And there's kingdoms to build. And you're a force to be reckoned with. And the devil knows that. Listen. This kingdom marriage is bigger than what people think. It's two people united. Two people that were asleep in life. You've probably been in trauma. People probably been beating you down in your whole relationship. Physically, emotionally, and mentally. They've probably been beating you down your whole life. Telling you you were lesser than what you thought you were. And some part of you started believing it because you started dating down. Yes, you were dating down in your lifetime. You're bigger than what it thinks. But the devil's job is to come in and steal, kill, and destroy. And he will. If you allow him to, right? And you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. You've been drinking the I'm not good enough Kool-Aid. But when your husband comes around, you're going to walk different. You're going to talk different. You're going to glow different. You're going to smile different. He's going to enlighten things inside of you that you didn't even know that was lost. He's going to build you back up and put you on this platform that you've never seen before. That's why they say you're glowing now. Because he has the juice to you. He has the other half to you. It's like you're connected again. You're like, aha. It's the aha moment. You've been waiting on him your whole life, and he's been waiting on you. But you've been trapped in this world that you don't even understand. He's been getting abused mentally and emotionally from women cheating and lying. You've been getting abused, cheating and lying by spouses as well. But when you get together, it's a healing that happens. It's a dance that you're going to do with each other. It's a healing that has to happen. That rib has to be healed. Your rib has to be healed. But then it gets together, and it forms that rib cage. And can't nobody break what that man has put together. What God has put together, no man can break apart. That rib cage is right there. That rib cage is right there. Boaz knew that he was her rib. He was just like, I got to get to her. I got to get to her. I got to get her to understand that she's my kingdom wife. I got to get her to understand. But I can't scare her off. I got to show her that I can be a provider. So he went to bring her food. And having her eat at the table. He was bringing her water. He was bringing her everything. It's like my mama said. My mama told me when a man knows that you're his wife, he's going to come in doing. He's going to come in kicking the doors down, kicking the barriers down. He's going to come in doing. He's going to show you that you're everything that he's ever wanted. And he's going to come meet your needs. Right? Okay. So we're going to get to the marriage. I'm going to end it off in a second. I know I'm taking y'all time. I was unplanned. I'm sorry, you guys. But come on. Bear with me. And plus, I'm declining. I'm declining. So we're going to go to the last chapter, which is Ruth is only 4 chapters, right? So it's really small. Read it all the way through and then read it again for me, right? I want you guys, that's you guys' homework assignment. I need you to read Ruth twice. It's 4 chapters. You can read 4 chapters, right? I'm going to get my rest after I get off this, but I had to do what God told me to do. I'm going to get my rest, you guys. I promise. Here we go. And it says, I'm going to do 4 and 4. 4. 2 fours. And I thought to inform you, saying, buy it back in the presence of the inhabitants of the elders of my people. If you will redeem it, redeem it. But if you will not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know, for there is no one but you to redeem it. And I am next after you. This is Boaz talking to the other like pretty much suitor. it was a cousin, but he was next in line, and then Boaz would be coming after him, right, to reclaim the land. And he said, I will redeem it. Then Boaz said, on the day that you buy the field from the land of Naomi, you must also buy it from Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to perpetuate the name of the dead, though through his inheritance. And the close relative said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I ruin my own inheritance. You redeem it, my right of redemption for yourself. I cannot redeem it. Listen, your inheritance, you are your husband's inheritance. When he inherits you, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. His inheritance is the favor from the Lord. Listen, you can't be someone else's wife, only your husband's. That's why you have so much divorce, because you were never meant to be with that person in the first place. You have to find your wife. You have to find your husband. You can be married to someone and not be theirs. You can be in love with someone and not be theirs. There's only one kingdom spouse. There's only one rib. You are your husband's rib. And when you find that, you're going to get favor. You ever see those people that get married and all of a sudden their life just changed for the better? They were struggling and now all of a sudden they're getting all of this stuff just dropped from heaven. Just seems like their life is so bountiful, so plentiful, because they obtained their inheritance. Your inheritance comes from God. And when you find your right spouse, when you find your right kingdom spouse, you get favor from the Lord. You get the inheritance from the Lord. You get the bolts of heaven to be unlocked, unleashed. You see some people that are married and just struggling because that's not their marriage. That's not for them. They have someone else's wife. They have someone else's husband. That's not ordained by God. Yeah, you went and did it a legal way, but that wasn't the kingdom way. That was the law of the land's way. When God gives you your spouse, you would know it. It's a connection, honey. It doesn't matter if it was for better or for worse, for rich or for poor. You don't even have to take those vows. You would know, because you would know that you would never want this person to ever leave your side ever in this lifetime. If they go to the store, you feel like a piece of you is gone. Listen, you are the other half, your other half's rib, and you would know it when you see it. They would know it when you see them. Listen, you can't even spend time apart. You at work and your heart is going, like they can be sick and you can feel it like, oh, I got a cough. Babe, you okay? I felt this in my soul. Babe, you all right? I felt like something was going on. Do you have anxiety today? Because my chest is hurting a little bit. You can feel them. You are their other half. You are their other half. Make no mistake about it. When you get connected with your kingdom spouse, you will feel it in your soul. You will be so connected because your rib is there again. That half and this half is connected to each other. Listen, you are your husband's inheritance and he is yours. And you will get your inheritance and your favor from the heavens. The vaults of heavens will be unleashed when you walk into what God has ordained for you. Not what you have ordained, not what man says you have ordained, but when you have found what God has found for you. When you have woke up from being sleepwalking. You have been sleepwalking your whole life in other people's relationships. It's time to wake up. It's time to open up your eyes. It's time to find your kingdom spouse. Husbands, it's time for you to find your wives. Wives, it's time to be found. Open up your eyes. Say, I am available to be found. I am awoke now. I am no longer sleepwalking. God, I am no longer sleepwalking through this life. Whatever favor you have on the table for me, God, I'm ready to get my favor. Hallelujah. Glory to you, God. Glory to your name. Wherever that kingdom spouse is, look, this rib is beating. This rib, this heart is whatever it is beating. I can't live without you. I need you to find me. Get this rib, and it's time to get in the same rooms, the same connections. I don't care if you walk into the gas station. Wherever it is, it's time for you to find that other half. That rib cage is by itself right now, and it needs to be connected. You need to get close to your kingdom spouse, and you would know it. God, it's time for those ribs to be connected. I'm tired of sleepwalking through my life. I'm tired of dating down. I'm tired of dating the lesser. I need my husband to come in and rescue me because I can't do this life without him any longer. And I know he's tired of being out here being played in these kingdom streets. Listen, it's time for me to wake up. No more sleepwalking in 2022. It's time for me to be connected to what God has connected for me. I am tired of living my life for other people. I am tired of dating down. I'm tired of dating under me. I want what God has for me. I want the favor from the Lord. I want my kingdom husband to come and find me right here, right now. I want what God has for me on the table. Husband, wherever you are, I know what mine is, but whatever yours is, listen, I need you to get it together and come come get your wife. I'm tired of you talking about you being played in these streets. Well, all you got to do is open your eyes and stop sleepwalking, because your kingdom wife is right there. Stop sleepwalking in 2022. You don't have time to sleepwalk in 2022. It's time for you to wake up. Open your eyes. This is a spiritual awakening. I'm speaking to your soul. It is time for you to get up, stop sleepwalking, and get your wife. She's waiting. She's waiting. As a matter of fact, she's waiting, and she's finna go read the rest of Ruth, and she's waiting for you to come find her. Because in this life, we're tired of dealing with these people. We need to find what God has for us, so we can start walking in our kingdom marriages. And when God puts it together, no one can break it apart. Ruth was obedient, so Ruth got her inheritance. She got full repayment when her husband spoke it to her before he even knew that she was her husband. He spoke that she was going to be repaid. And then he fought for her, because he says, I will redeem her. Listen, people might say you might be this, that, and the other. But when your husband comes, he says, I will redeem you. There's no damage done. I will redeem you. I will repay you, and I will redeem you. Listen, you're beauty for ashes. I don't care what the world told you that you was. I don't care if you was a prostitute walking on streets for 36 years. When your husband comes, he makes you new. Everything is new in his eyes. When your husband comes, he said, I don't care if you was a strung out crackhead. You're mine. You're mine. I will redeem you. I will redeem your honor. I will redeem your inheritance. I will repay you. I will redeem you. I will make you whole again. Listen, I don't care what your past say. I don't care that you were someone's sneaky link. I don't care that you were someone's wife in the past. Now you divorced. I don't care. When it's my time, you're mine. I will make you new. You're my diamond. I will polish you up and put you on that platform. You're my trophy wife. You're my kingdom wife. You belong to me. You're mine. Listen, your husband will make you a new woman. He will redeem you. He will make you better. He will compliment you, and you will compliment him. Everything that he's been struggling with, because his world is so hard, you will be the nurturer. You will tell him, it's okay. I am your other rib. I know exactly what you need. What do you need? You need me to comfort you? You need me to tell you that it's all right? You need to come to me when the world gets too big? Here I am with open arms. I know how bad this world is out here, but here I am. I am your other half. Let nothing be hidden from me. I don't care if you're scared of the dark, baby. We'll get a nightlight in that room. Whatever we got to do, baby, because this is who I am. God ordained me to be with you, and it is so. When your husband finds you, he will redeem you. He will make you new. He will polish you up and put you on that platform, and no one will say nothing to you. He will be your protector. He will be your provider, and no man on this earth will be able to say anything to you. It's his job to love you and love you abundantly. It is his job to nurture you and to protect you. But it's also his job to have you glow up, because he knows when you glow up, you are a lioness and you will roar. Make no mistake about it. You are chosen for your husband. You will roar when it's time to roar. But you set that tone for that household. And above all else, you need peace in that household. Be the peace that your husband needs in that household. And he will show you what a husband is. He will show you that he's a provider and a protector, and he won't ever let anything ever hurt you ever again. Those monsters that you are scared under the bed, he will go under that bed and he will pull them out and rip them apart. There is nothing for you to be afraid of when you're with your kingdom husband, because he will die before he let anything happen to you. You will be loved. You will be protected, but you will provide peace in that household. I love you guys. My voice is going. I can't continue. Go in peace. Remember, if you are to tithe, that it's your first fruits. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't get conned out of your money. I love you guys. God, I ask that you send kingdom spouses down for everyone that's in need. Everyone that asks for their other rib. Everyone that needs their inheritance from you, God. Everyone that wants to be redeemed and made new. Let them know that their husband is sleepwalking, but now he is awoke. He is awoke, God. And so are they. Go in peace. I love you guys.